Ayatollah in Iran calls for death to America, and the White House responds, Eric, that this was just Iranians talking to Iranians, that it was merely for a domestic political audience, not for you.
Right. It baffles me that they obviously they know they're radical, they know they're literally crazy, but they're negotiating. They're 3/4 of the way or whatever, 80% into a negotiation that they think they're going to get a deal and look good doing. They don't want to blow it by calling out the Supreme Leader Ayatollah with just days left before this deal is supposed to be signed. But you need to. They need to see what he's all about. Death to America. That should be the point where we go, you know what? We're out of here. We're done. And bring John Kerry and everyone else back and say, we'll try this again another time.
How about,
after we put
how about the real threat is Iranians getting nuclear weapons, and we want to stop that. And if Israel would stop spying on us and trying to undermine...
Oh, my God.
But that's a good point.
I'm asking the producers for another minute on that, in particular.
But this is an interesting point, because you have a contrast where you have an administration that is basically saying, don't worry about Iran saying death to America, but worrying about Netanyahu being too harsh on Election Day, or about the fact that they're spying. Every day, it seems like every day for Obama is opposite day, in which you chuckle with your enemies and you alienate your adversaries. He should wear his pants backwards like this.
But it's so true. You know who does that? Children. My kid does that. He goes, it's opposite day. I love the dentist. It's opposite day. You know.
This is so. But how did the Israelis find out?
It's like immature foreign policy.
How did the United States find out that the Israelis had been spying on the talks?
According to the newspapers, the Israelis were using some of that information.
No. How did America find out that Israel? It's because the United States was spying on Israel.
Yes.
That's what happens out there in the world. And I think what the real grievance is that the Obama administration seems to be mad through anonymous sources in the newspaper that Israel got information that they shared then with members of our Congress.
That's what I was saying to you.
So Obama's mad that Israel was spying on talks about Iran's, Israel's, and America's future, and they were told people in America that that our own president won't tell the Congress. That's why he's mad?
These talks are in flux. They are in motion, Dana. So, in other words, if I'm having a private conversation with you about something, and anybody else can listen and say, and then try to disrupt and undermine our conversation, I think that is totally an effort, especially when combined with John Boehner inviting Netanyahu over. You talk about disrespect for an American president.
Do you realize, Juan, that the very future of the Israeli state hangs in the balance with John Kerry and the Iranians and whether they get a bomb or not?
And you understand that stopping Iran from getting nuclear weapons is
shocked if they weren't spying. And if we were in the same...
We were spying. We know they were spying because we were spying on them. So
I spy.
I spy.
That wasn't the point. That wasn't the point. The point was using this information in a domestic argument against the president by feeding it to Republicans. That's what the argument was.
It wasn't just to Republicans. You have now about 535 members of Congress saying we want in and we want to have a discussion.
We'll see how it goes.
Well, thankfully, France is on our side.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Charming. There's that.
They've got great cheese.
I spy with my little eye. A tease.
Wow.
The 2016 race is next. Ted Cruz responds to some...